Los Angeles, the year 2000-ish. The streets radiate the stored heat of the day. Darkness hangs over the city like a veil. But the nightlife of the city is awake. Seedy liquor stores, nightclubs and strip clubs hum, as in the run-down back streets the smell of burnt rubber, nitrous and gasoline hang in the air. This is danger. Raccoon style. This is Crash Pandas. Flashing Badger. Hello everyone, welcome to the very first Flashing Badger podcast. Thanks very much for joining us here today. Some of you will have found us off your own backs. Welcome. Others will be joining us from the very popular YouTube channel. Be sure to check it out. Before we start, I just want to make sure we lay down some ground rules so you know where we all stand. This is a podcast about us playing RPGs. We are not experts. We're going to get things wrong very regularly. This is because we've been playing RPGs and having fun, and we wanted to invite you all to join us. We're not proficient with any system. We're not going to stick to any game. We're going to play all different kinds of games, aiming to play a different game every few weeks in one-shot adventures. Most importantly, if you hear a mention of your hometown on the podcast or of a local delicacy and we get it completely wrong, just remember a wizard did it. But without further ado, I will say thanks very much to Mike for allowing me to host today. Mike, hello.
You're going to be hosting every day. Don't make it about today.
Terrifying.
This is so exciting. The podcast has finally kicked off.
So as you guys may have guessed, we're going to be playing a game called Crash Pandas today. It's a role-playing game. Joining us are Fitz.
Hello.
And Wegs.
Hello, I'm Wegs.
He sure is. Crash Pandas is a game by Rowan, Rook and Descartes, who make great little one-page games, designed by Grant Howitt, who's one of my favourites. We haven't played this before, so it's going to be new territory for all of us. But essentially, as you've probably guessed from the intro, it's a game about raccoons in the illegal street racing scene, obviously. The guys have gone ahead and come up with some ideas for characters, but that's as far as they've gone. Before we go on, Mike, tell me about your background, your experience in RPGs. How much have you done?
I think every time I've played an RPG, you've been sitting there with me. So my first time was a couple of years ago at PAX, and that was playing Dragons, also with the dungeons.
Yep, the caverns and crypt worms. Yep,
My character was Dave from HR, who was out on a bender with his mates and then woke up in the fantasy land and was trying to make his way.
Yep.
And then it's been having you over to host our nights as GM. So I don't have a massive amount of RPG experience, but I love watching them.
Okay, Wegs, talk to me. What about you?
Yes, I think I was there for that day at PAX. It was a very friendly young fellow who was trying to teach us all Dungeons and Dragons, and I think by the end he was
exasperated.
More grey hairs than us. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, since then, very little. I am familiar with the concept of a dice. I understand you roll it. This has exhausted my knowledge of the RPG system, so I'm looking forward to figuring it all out.
Good. They're being slightly modest. We've played probably 6 to 8 sessions of Mothership, great horror, retro, sci-fi RPG, which we'll probably end up playing later in the podcast because we all really enjoyed ourselves. Fitz, is that a similar experience level for you?
Yeah, very, very similar. I started in high school, went dark for a bit, and I feel like within this group, I'm the equivalent of your mother making you play with your little brother or letting him join the group or whatever. So whilst I do thoroughly enjoy it and get very, very involved, I do quite often make poor Mike and Gordo tear their hair out with my constant questioning of the mechanics and the rules. And I'm pretty sure that I read on page 3 when you got to prepare this that you could do this. And
yes. Thankfully, this is a one-page RPG, so we will have no rules lawyering here. The beauty of the system is I get to decide stuff, you do as you're told. On that note, given that you've finished up, Fitz, why don't you tell us you've made a character for us today?
I have made a character for us today. Given very little criteria, my character's name is Raspberry Jones. Having a look at the boards here, I feel like I might be the only female raccoon, so go girls. Yes, anything you'd like to know specifically? I've got a whole blurb.
Give me the 3-sentence summary of Raspberry.
I'm probably the more well-to-do of the raccoons here. I'm quite safe to say. I'm the heiress, if you will, the socialite. Think a Paris Hilton, but with a bigger tail.
It's good. I like that. Good criteria. And obviously, hello, Miss Hilton, if you're listening. Nice to have you.
Again.
Wegs, what about yourself?
Well, my raccoon is the inappropriately named Ben D. Coot, or as his family and friends call him, Mr. Coot. a by the book kind of fella. He's got some other things going on which might come out as the story progresses. He's all about safety. It's all about values. All about doing things the right way. And I'm going to leave it at that for the time being.
Very good. I love it. Mike, talk to me.
I planned on reading my entire thing out. So
You can read it. You're an over-preparer.
I'm reading it.
There's nothing written down. This is off the cuff.
One of your most redeeming traits is that you're an overachiever, so let's go.
I would like to introduce you to my character, Bin Diesel. Pause for laughter.
The sign's out of order, sorry.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, cliche heavy. There's delicious spaghetti on this discarded sweaty. He's nervous, but on the surface is a black mask. This bandit's ready. Bin Diesel is in it for one last race, one last heist. The payoff on this one alone will act as the financial catalyst for Bin to leave this life behind and retire to Boca Raton in Florida, where he intends to see out his many years partying with fine cocktails, music, and women. Bin doesn't realise it yet, but the small, comfortable, affordable property that he's been paying down for the last 8 years is actually a twin-share assisted care home within a retirement village. Will Bin have what it takes to claim one last valuable bounty to secure a life of babes and bingo? Let's find out.
I love it. Thank
Nice.
you. So, on that note, now that we've heard a little bit about each of you, what we're going to do is, in the game of Crash Pandas, you have precisely 4 stats. The stats are alacrity, the ability to move quickly, leap, climb, or swim. Chutzpah, which is carrying off schemes, ruses, lies, and disguises. Ferociousness, your ability to scratch, bite, and maim. And rotundity, your ability to remain steadfast in adversity thanks to your generous roundness. Now, Mike, given you went last, let's get your stats.
Yep.
Simple as rolling 4d4 and choosing which one assigns to which stat here. So
I'm rolling.
Go.
Yep.
got-
So what do I do with those? I got 3 2 2s and a 1.
So you choose which one do you want to go to each stat. So
Oh, absolutely. My highest, being the 3, will go into chutzpah.
he's a gifted liar. Yep.
I'm going to go with rotundity has a 2, alacrity has a 2.
And
Oh no, ferociousness needs a 2. My alacrity is a 1. I'm past my prime.
On the way down.
most wonderful. Fitz, do you want to go next? 4d4s
I
for
do.
us?
Can I get a clarification of what chutzpah is again?
Chutzpah is, I feel like you just wanted me to say it again. It's carrying off schemes, ruses, lies, and disguises. It's in a lesser game, it might be called something like charisma.
Yes, I'm not really good at the big words. I've put notes underneath mine. For example, alacrity, I've just written parkour.
I can see you've made an absolutely amazing roll.
Oh my
there.
god.
Around here we call
fours
it
and
park paw.
Oh, no, thank you.
this
No,
one.
we'll be leaving that out. That won't make
This
me
wasn't
edit.
your podcast.
Shall we wrap it up?
3 4s and a 1. So I feel like with my character that her chutzpah would be a 4, her ferociousness would be a 4. I think we'll go her. What's the rotundity again?
It's your ability to remain steadfast in adversity due to your generous roundness. So if you picture as a little ball of fur, give her a 4 there.
Well, she needs to keep her figure slim, so
That's a 1?
That's a 1,
All right.
and my parkour will be 4.
Easy. And Wegs.
Stand by. Rolling the dice. I remember this from the training video.
Are you stuffed?
Well, it
Welcome
was
to
like
Rolling Dice.
I'm your host. So it's like Fitz's roll, but just much worse. I've got 2 3s, a 2, and a 1.
Okay.
Okay.
How was that like?
That's like yours, but worse.
They have numbers.
I've rolled the lowest out
There
of
was 4
everyone.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Lack of talent.
Okay, I'm going chutzpah. I'm going to go chutzpah 1.
Not a gifted liar.
No, he's a bit of a disaster zone of a human being. Rotundity 2, and ferociousness and alacrity will be 3.
All right. That's it. The only other thing to do in character creation is you're going to roll this magnificent D20 twice, and it's going to give you some random equipment. It's all very useful, I promise you. Give me a roll. Tell me a number.
6.
Number 6. You have a cassette tape. It's a cassette tape of Queen's greatest hits. It's probably
Are
the
we,
best.
are we risking copyright infringement if I start singing?
Yeah, we can't sing any of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair
Oh
enough.
damn it!
Imagine a song.
In the background, Fitz is singing.
I was already.
Imagine a song that sounds a lot like Bohemian Happiness song. But it isn't.
Originally entitled Mongolian Rhapsody, and that's my only trivia piece.
Quite good. Give me another rock.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, 20, that's gotta be good.
It is a turbo rocket. It is a single use. It gives you +3 to speed. So I imagine it's some sort of quite small firework, but given the scale of use.
As in
I feel like for
Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves speed.
Yeah, speed 3 is obviously the best of the series. The one on the space shuttle. Fitz,
That will come in handy. My
hit that
friends.
D20 for me.
We have a 1.
You have a balloon.
Oh, yay!
The kind that you can, this is the description, the kind that you can use to float around until it pops.
Oh.
And I will decide when it pops.
Why did your voice do that thing?
It really winds up on the dice roll.
And a 17.
17, a police siren.
Oh,
Makes noises and lights.
What noises would it make?
I get to
Gordon?
bust out
No,
the
you
sound.
tell me. This is a game of imagination. You can make whatever noise you would like.
I spared no expense in the budget. We got sound effects for this.
Oh, yes.
That's $4.20 right there. Ready?
Go for it.
First is a 2. That's going to be great.
Oh, that's
It is a banana.
Yes.
Oh, the peel can be used.
Delicious.
Yeah, think Mario
The
Kart.
description says, delicious. Also, cars might slip on the peel. I mean, they might, is the exact.
Cars
That's the wording.
slip?
Can I just...
It says they
Cards
might in
do.
italics, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure it does.
This is
Yeah,
our first try. Can we just say Mario is a trade card of Nintendo Corporation? So.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they're famously litigious. We love what you're doing there. Please don't hurt us. Oh, that was $14.
Ready? Second one. It is a 1. We already had that. That was
Yeah,
a
Is
reroll.
that a Mario
Reroll.
impression? I
Reroll.
thought you were just going, this is one like I've rolled
was
badly.
Mario Kart.
Right, sorry.
Oh, I thought it was Pac-Man.
Do I get to roll again?
Don't Paku man. Yeah, roll again, please.
Yes. An 11.
An 11.
Legs 11.
It's a fake ID.
Oh, yeah.
So it says the description is use this to buy booze, despite the fact that you're 2 years old and a raccoon. So that's helpful. That's nice to know.
Mike here. This week, Gordon has set the three of us the challenge of secretly scripting our own 90s style TV commercial, and each will feature at some point during the next couple of podcasts as we play Crash Pandas. So be sure to keep an ear out for them.
Okay. So,
job.
Crash Pandas.
Are you trying to do an impression of me?
We open. Is that Jason Statham?
Could have been. How accurate was it if I was
That
trying
wasn't
that?
great. So we open the nights of Los Angeles. Heat still radiating from the ground. Not a cloud in the sky. The stars consumed by the light pollution of the distant city. On the corner nearby, a smoking barrel burns. In the foreground, we have a collection of assorted characters standing around high-performance cars, ready for the final race. The race where the winner takes all. The most important race of the street racing season, which famously only runs for 8 weeks. They're very strictly regulated. Tell me about the kind of car that you guys have rolled up into this street race, because you're all in one car. You're raccoons, you can't have separate cars. What, is it a high-performance vehicle?
Oh, seatbelts have been inspected. Like there's no fraying or tearing on the actual belt element. It's a beautiful thing.
Recently been assessed for its roadworthiness.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No canaries here, my friend.
Magnificent.
I jiggled the handle and used a coat hanger to make sure we could get in and then close it.
Okay, well, would you like to, rather than just giving me a vehicle off the bat, would you like to tell me about how you stole it?
Stole it?
Oh, hang on,
Or
wait,
found
wait, wait.
it?
How dare
Or
you?
bought it? You tell me. Because
I feel like I may have brought the vehicle to the party and got these guys on board.
Okay.
This vehicle is, well, needless to say, despite its high performance, it's pink.
Of course.
It's pink. Thinking a Penelope pit stop type pink sort of trim, bit of what do they call them? The lights that all the teenage kids have in their bedrooms.
LED.
Neons, LEDs floating underneath.
We're
Bit
in
of a
different
cool
teenage
stereo
bedrooms.
system. But this is a pink car for driving up and down a Rodeo Drive. If you
Not with the high beams on though, because within 200 meters you can't be high beams. They've got to be lit. So the headlights are compliant.
It's also velour for the interior.
Yes.
Oh, purple for
Velour. And yes,
Purple for
exactly. And the stereo system is top notch. I don't really care about the engine, but the stereo system.
So
and not
because,
too loud.
because I know you guys are very visual people, and this is a very visual medium, obviously, I have a small Hot Wheels car in the shape of a cupcake for your car. So let's just imagine...
You do have a Hot Wheels car. Can you do the thing where you zzz the wheels?
Yeah, let's see if I can...
Oh, that's proof right there.
That's money.
Yeah.
Only Hot Wheels gets that kind of noise. Hot Wheels available in stores near you. So this car came from home. How did you get this car, Raspberry?
As some of you may or may not be aware, I have quite a bit of daddy's money in the bank. So even though a lot of it is frozen due to his, let's just say, issues with the island and the federal investigators and stuff like that.
Guys. Great guys, but
and the parties he used to have on his island.
It's getting dark. It's a tax haven, people. It's always getting into tax haven.
It's all tied up in litigation, but let's just say my trust fund still allows me to buy a bit of a few things, and I bought most of this car. I don't know any mechanics from Arthur, but it does look pretty and go vroom vroom.
Okay, and to be very clear to everyone listening, it's a normal human-sized car. It just happens that a bunch of raccoons are operating it. It's not a raccoon-sized car. That would be ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Let's not be silly. Now, let me tell you about
We'd
my
turn up
raccoon.
in that and people would know we were raccoons.
Well, obviously, no one's going to realise now. So, I want to take you back. Obviously, you're here at the final meet, the most important race of the season. But I want us to flash back, if we can, to that fateful day a week ago when you participated in your qualifying race. And I don't know if you recall, when you turned up to that meet in a far seedier part of town, you met one of your nemeses, which was acclaimed but secretive driver, The Stick.
Oh, I can't stand this stuff.
The Stick.
Not that guy or girl.
Yeah.
He's
Where's the dog when you need it? That's all I had. I'm sorry.
well done. Thank you. No, I like it. He and or she is mysterious, always helmeted, wearing a full white leather outfit in a white sports car, never raises the visor, never seen, and talks with a very faint German accent. But it's hard to tell because it's through the helmet.
You know if he's got a German accent, he's a bad guy.
I see if you're here to race again. Always. Visor never goes up, never talks clearly.
He's either German or a Star Wars villain.
Well, and the overlap is significant. I'd like to apologise to anyone from Germany listening. It's a lovely country I've visited on many occasions. So on this day, when you were racing the Stick, how did you get there? How did you find out about this street racing scene? And what drove you there, Raspberry? Not literally. It's not a car pun.
The pink car, I just described that, mate.
What made you go there? Why did you decide to do the thing that you did?
I don't know if you know my background or anything like that.
I don't.
You don't? Well, I do have quite a bit of a bio as well. I am that Raspberry Jones. You all know me. I am the heiress to the Panda Eyes mascara and cosmetic empire.
Was that tested on animals?
Again, due to litigation and ongoing court proceedings, I can't answer certain questions about that. But I am the daughter of well-known billionaire businessman and entrepreneur Winchester Jones. That Winchester Jones, famous criminal after the Island scandal that has embroiled the entire family and most of the Hollywood.
Tax Island, I think he said. It's fine, we'll fix that in the edit.
But my beginnings, as you all probably know me through the media, is through... I became a household name, not through being a socialite, but from my very, very famous and very, very popular early noughties and 90s.
Early noughties, so this is fresh.
Yeah, it's brand new, it just came out.
Yes, so the late 90s and early noughties reality TV series Raspberry Sweets, where myself and fellow socialite Sarah Sweets, also of racing fame, were together, paired together, and we travelled the countryside doing menial jobs with common folk, as we called it, usually with hilarious and quite televisable results. We often came up with quite hilarious clickbait that would hit the tabloids, and the show not only delighted and inspired a generation of tweens, but it pretty much created some of our most iconic pop culture icons and phrases, skits, and quotes. We're two best friends. We were two best friends, actually. NME, I think, once stated that we swung more influence and power than any other duo on the planet, and that was during the Clinton-Hillary area as well. But,
So how did Ben Diesel? How did you connect up with such an esteemed heiress?
Not through choice. Ben does everything for himself, and it's all towards retirement. He wants out of this game. So it was during the qualifying rounds for our track meets that I wrote off my prized possession, my car that was going to get me all the way through to retirement.
And what car was that?
That was the
He's looking at the Hot Wheels cars, searching for inspiration.
It's tough, it's sturdy, it's a waste disposable truck.
The fastest of all vehicles.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, and had you met long before this car meet, this one here with the stick, or did you meet on the starting line?
Met on the starting line.
Wow.
Because I don't like to socialise, and you don't have anything that I want other than a keen set of paws to be able to get us to the finish line.
I think what saw Bin and myself come together was that thing that brings all couples together in the end is that the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And it's obviously a well-known fact that 2 raccoons alone cannot possibly drive a vehicle.
Absolutely not.
They would take a third. So, Ben, how did you stumble into this? Tell us in as much or as little detail as you wish.
Look, Mr. Coot, if you don't mind.
Sorry.
What's the D stand for?
I'm not in a position to disclose.
Frankly,
that.
Fitz, that's none of your business.
Well, I just I happened to be in the area. It seemed like something I would like to get to know more about.
Okay. And when you first met, run me through that first meeting. Was obviously the cars are lined up on the start line, and there's the downtime before the race actually starts.
Yeah.
How did that go? How did,
really well.
What were you up to, Ben, at the time that old Ben and Ben is unfortunate, isn't it?
If you preface me as Mr. Thank you.
The time Mr. Coot came across you, what did you first encounter Ben doing?
Well, Bin and Raspberry were obviously hitting it off, and there was a bit of that old-fashioned love-hate energy in the air, and I thought it would be extremely awkward if I walked over and just said, well, I would love to join you guys. And is anything going on? Like, can you tell me what you're up to here? Hang on a second while I write a few things down. Yeah, let me know what you're doing, where we're going, and if I can join you and learn more things about you.
Just normal conversational stuff.
Conversation.
What's your name?
Really?
Where are you from?
Yeah. What's your
date of
background?
birth?
Yeah.
Social security number.
Mother's maiden name.
Mother's maiden name.
It's
normal
just
stuff.
normal stuff. So it was a completely fortuitous, serendipitous, if you will. Yeah, so I look forward to just learning more about where they are, what they're doing, like who they live with. Anything I could sort of put down on a bit of paper.
I think every insurance, I've ridden on quite a few cars as Raspberry in these races. So I feel like that having someone as safety conscious as Mr. Coot, if we will, for insurance purposes,
to help lower your premiums.
So I'm already thinking it's lucky that we need 3 raccoons to drive this thing, or I'll be throwing him out the window.
Yeah, that to say, you're talking to it. I'm not sitting next to him.
No, it's good. Like, no, nothing weird going on, guys. Okay, feel free to open up to me.
So, snapping to the present, you're lined up on the starting grid. You've obviously turned up and you've seen your nemesis, the stick there. He's a known, or she indeed, they're known at these races for being ruthless, for being fast, but above all being consistently German with a suspect accent. With the smoke in the air and the pallor of people gathering around and the back and forth of high stakes betting. What happens before the race takes off? What are you guys doing? Is there any attempt to tip the odds in your favour? Because you may well be outmatched here.
Tell me you have got a tape deck installed in your car, because there's a little...
What's a tape deck?
A tape deck. Oh my God, a tape deck.
Don't hit any bumps or my discman will jump.
Look, there's a little song I like to call Don't Stop Me Now. I play it on repeat. I've got the tape. I think we should just get this party started. I'm putting it in the tape deck. We'll start a bit of coin.
I look over and I see that the stick has bonnet up and is doing some last minute tinkering. And I consider my raccoony chutzpah that I have about me. And normally I'm all integrity based as a raccoon in the illegal street racing game. But this is for everything. This is the final race that'll get me out of this place. So I walk over to the back of his car and I think about tampering with the wheels and the brakes.
Talk to me. I know you're a big car nut. Talk to me about that.
Car nut, wheel nut. I target the wheel nuts, the lug nuts. The
Chestnut. We are raccoons.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with these wheel nuts?
Picture my raccoony paw. I go, whoosh, bring those fingers in nice and close, and I'm trying to see if I can just jiggle those wheel nuts loose on the back left.
Bare hand.
Bare paw.
Well, I think...
What? I noticed he's doing that. And thinking, I want to win this race too. And I don't really quite care how. I want to be the second only female street racing champion next to Strawberry Sweets. Notice he's doing that. I might walk over and start to maybe distract.
Okay.
Using my chutzpah.
And look, it's a raccoon dressed in all pink velour.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Well,
I'm using my
a raccoon? Where? I just see raspberry jams.
my ladylike wiles and my musky odor. I distract the stick.
So use your... Well, you can try. Let's get a bit of a chutzpah check there. So what's your chutzpah score?
4.
So in this game, you're going to roll 4 d6s, and a 4, 5, or 6 is a success. I don't care how many you fail, just tell me the successes.
I've rolled a 5 and a 6.
Okay, so
and a 4, sorry.
So 3 successes. If only there was a way to quantify that. So 3 successes. Well, that sounds like you're pretty distracting. Tell me what you're talking to the stick about.
You know stuff. You like stuff.
Stuff. How's the stick's obviously taken by this?
Yes.
So the stick's going, well, I also enjoy stuff. Stuff is really good.
And I'm laughing with him. I'm flicking my tail and my hair, and just touching him on the shoulder slightly, and all those things.
Using all the chutzpah at his disposal.
All those raccoon wiles.
While this is going on, Mike, talk to me about taking these wheel nuts off. I think you're going to have to use your ferociousness, your strength, your raw power to try and get these wheel nuts loose.
That's unfortunate. The bin gets real low to the ground, scurries over to the car. That part of the car's still in shadow and is up to the wheel, and I can see that Raspberry has him distracted. And so then I grab onto one of the wheel nuts and start to give it a twist.
Hands or teeth?
Oh, it starts with hands, and quickly I just sort of like smack my own paw out the way and just go...
Yeah, okay. Sure. Give me what's your ferociousness?
My ferociousness is 2, but maybe there's some desperation on my part here.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I have 2 success.
Okay, well, so with a rapid despooling noise, the nut comes loose so quickly you start spinning and spinning around like a Looney Tunes character, and fly free of the wheel. Mr. Coot, watching this, what's your reaction? How do you feel about this flagrant display?
Well, to be honest, it's a little unprofessional. Distracting. I'm obviously doing the standardised 37-point safety check on our own car.
Yep.
So, making sure that there's no loose lug nuts, making sure that, the seatbelts are safe, that there's
Tyres.
plenty of oil in the...
Just kick the tyres, mate. She'll be fine.
I do that, obviously, with that voice as well.
Is there anything, before this race starts, more competitors are rolling up now as we speak, and just as you go flying into the nearby pile of delicious rubbish, rolling up, you hear this roaring, rumbling, creaking of a massive V8 power car. And before you even look up, you know that a muscle car this big has to be driven by El Jefe. El Jefe gets out of the car, unlimbers himself, folds himself out of the seat, shoulders are 6 feet across. His head looks like a tiny lollipop head on his giant gargantuan body. And you can see every curve of that body in his orange and purple leotard that he always wears and his tightly laced luchador mask on the back of his head.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
So, El Jefe is known for being a vicious enforcer on the scene. And I hate to think what the consequences would be if you were caught. If you were caught, you'd be taught things as well. But if you were caught tampering, I think the consequences would be significant. So as El Jefe rolls up, what's your feeling? Does this make you feel better or worse about your chances in the forthcoming race?
There's equal amounts of fear and respect from me when I see El Jefe pull up, and Bin just does the and sign of the cross and sort of looks down and keeps to himself.
No es bueno. No es bueno.
Is that for Raccoon Jesus' support?
The very same.
Well, I don't really need to distract the stick anymore. I can see that he's finished what he was doing. So, yeah, I think I just I step back from what I'm doing. Stop it, I'll talk to you later. And I go back to the car and...
Oh, but we were having such a nice conversation.
Call me, but don't tell your number.
I don't even have a cellular telephone.
Okay, bye. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a bit intimidated by El Jefe and the luchador appearance as well.
Well, yeah, it's obviously El Jefe has never been seen outside of his luchador mask because that would be massively dishonourable for him and disrespectful.
I don't want to say you're stereotyping here, but I kind of feel like I know what his horn's going to sound like.
Could you give us a sample of how it sounds?
No. Not yet.
I think La Cucaracha might be out of copyright.
Yeah. Public domain, thank God.
Well, howdy, partner. Is there anywhere I can saddle a horse in this town?
Sure thing, mister. Maybe if you try our backfighter.
Clear this garbage off the table because these aren't your dad's action figures. The galaxy is under threat from the vile Criplord. Only Prince Chiseldor and his team of Cretaceous controllers carry the hope of mankind.
Oh no, Crippler is about to burst the valley dam.
Not if I can help it. Cretaceous controllers, mount up.
Pew, 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 pew.
Take that, Criplor!
Next time, Chiseljaw. Next time.
You've repelled the attack, saved the dam, and all thanks to your laser-mounted reptiles. Tell Dad his toys belong in an attic. Tell Mum you need Cretaceous controllers for Christmas. And join the fight to keep Criplor at bay. Cretaceous controllers are sold in individual sets and will require at least 12 to repel Criplor. Small parts and electronic components are not suitable for children under 21 or pregnant women. Batteries not included.
So before the race kicks off, you've probably only got a few minutes now. What else are we going to do before the race
Are
goes?
there just us three in the race?
There's other, I'm going to say, Sir not appearing in this film characters, but very quickly not going to be an issue for you in the race.
No second names on
There's
these
6
characters.
cars. Yeah.
Someone needs to explode in the background.
That's right. Someone's
Are
going
they
to...
all wearing red shirts?
One of them will be driving through a plate glass window. One of them hits some chicken cages.
Someone has to go into the truck carrying all the big water cooler bottles.
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course. But you know
The
that
plate glass being carried across the...
this
We know by the
being
two guys.
qualifying round, only the top 2 are going to get through. The stakes are high. The odds are
very
tight.
high.
And if we want our flash forward to not become a paradox, you need to place in the top 2 in this race.
Right, got you.
Okay. Before the race kicks off, is there anything else? You get to jump in the car and get ready.
I have something I do. It is a ritual before we begin every race. And I just take a moment to myself and I bless the bonnet of the pink racer that we have. And I drag my paws along the velour. And then I've now completed my meditation. But it's a ritual I have to do before every race.
So it's about centering yourself, about
Yes.
being steadfast.
The very same.
Sounds like you need to use your rotundity
Oh, no.
to have a successful ritual.
Not redundancy.
Not the rotundity.
0 success.
So as you run your paw smoothly across the bonnet there, you realise all the gravel's been caught in between your pads. And you hear this horrible screeching sound. You can probably, and Raspberry, you see this. You just see him completely unprovoked drag his hand across the across the bonnet of the car and leave this massive 3-pointed scratch.
Oh my God, what are you doing to my car?
And then because I've dragged my hand across the velour, I turn but accidentally touch it and then give her an electric shock.
So that's a +1 rotundity for you, is it, as the fur goes up?
I'm pretty upset by that, actually. Why would you do that to my car? Because this is my car. I'm the one that brought it. Our car. Yeah, I'm a bit upset by that. I let my feelings know as I update and live stream to my millions of fans.
In 2000?
Yeah. Yeah,
On the cutting edge.
on live MSN. Was that a thing back then? I don't know.
Recorded it on a micro disc and you're going to mail it to your fan club. Yeah.
No, I held the VCR video camera.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, just expressed my displeasure at you.
Listen, Heiress, I'm going to need you to focus because this is about to get underway and there's no going back.
This ain't no Ford Focus. Stop scratching up my car.
Guys,
I like that. I didn't know Ben Diesel was Australian. It's nice to hear.
I think you're the fine people at Ford Focus.
make a great car. Thanks.
That's right. Ford, live your dream.
Checks in the mail.
One more thing I do on my live video cam stream from the early noughties, I put out my last threat and challenge to Strawberry Sweet, now my arch nemesis. And
After
enemy,
the stick.
After the stick, but enemy to say that I'm about to take her brag and her crown as being the only ever female winner of this race.
And the way we get that message to her is you just change your MSN name to something about her and then she'll see it when she's online
I
next.
actually don't know how MSN works.
Have you got? Is there a personal assistant with you who's doing those things for you? Is
There's a short, slight man named
Eugene.
Eugene. Yeah.
Is he? And he's got one of those phones where the screen flips out to
Oh,
a,
yeah, and there's like a
ring,
keypad there. Like,
Yeah.
It's like an early touchscreen.
He's
Like-
like one of the Blackberries with like
Yes.
a rollerball. And
Kelly Rowland's using Excel to text her partner.
We've just alienated everyone in our audience under the age of 40 who doesn't. It's fine. They didn't used to be touchscreens. It wasn't a thing. You'll
We'll move on.
figure out what we're doing.
Watch The Matrix. You'll see the best phones.
It's true. And Mr. Coot, the aerodynamic impact of these scratches on the bonnet. It's
Yeah,
going to be.
look. I feel comfortable that they're not going to, increase our wind resistance too much. Not too much drag, so we'll be okay. I'm more concerned about the dynamic between you two. I'm hoping that it doesn't impede your ability to communicate freely about what you're up to and just about who you are as people and things I would like to know to get to know you as people.
As long as you stay out my way,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but we'll be in the same car and talking and stuff.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a valid point.
Do we need all 3 raccoons to drive the car?
I'm
We're going to find out. Because this narc.
Whoa. Let's not say things we can't take back.
I don't know if it's an early noughties or 90s phrase, but I'm trying to be,
street.
Inclusive.
zeitgeist with it or something like that. But yeah, crushing my
You're
vibe.
crushing my vibe, brah.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't remember that from the
What is
2000s.
it? Crusty.
Oh. No, we're not going to do this.
Crushing my buzz, Crusty.
Are we
Terribly
thinking
sorry.
that Mr. Coot is the fuzz?
Whoa.
Whoa, hey, I'm walking here.
In LA?
And
This guy has come some distance to watch the race.
as you're having this moment of reflection on the relationship and the siren between you, you hear the famous air horn go off, signaling 2 minutes to race start. You walk, you climb into your car, all 3 of you scrambling through the window because obviously your small hands can't manipulate the door handles properly. And into the driver's seat you go.
This car has suicide doors.
What does that
I
mean?
don't know what that means.
Reversed opening doors.
Let me teach you a thing or two about cars, kids.
I was hoping it would have gull wing doors.
Yeah, I know what they are.
I don't know what they are.
Not a sound
many
effect.
chips?
He
I don't
actually
know.
made that noise.
Right, so
Suicide doors are the ones that open
Backwards.
both open that way.
Both
that
open.
way, as you can all see. They both open.
sometimes when I read a book and I read the footnotes, I wonder why the author included that detail, but I trust that you'll make it relevant later.
I don't know. I just think it's cool.
Wait, I
call
meant
it
to know
Chekhov's
this for
gun
later
doors,
when we use...
apparently.
So this is... Sure, if only we had a car in front of us. Show me what you mean.
The doors with the front door and the back door open opposite to each other.
So they both open
Yeah,
from
so
the middle
the
part
front
of the
doors are doing the correct thing.
Yes,
but
yeah,
the ones
back doors.
behind in
open
reverse.
from the front of the car towards the back.
Yeah, okay.
That's great. It's there you go, educational as well as entertaining.
And I don't know if that's true or not.
Whether
If it was
it's entertaining certainly wasn't.
I'm
So
now questioning everything I know.
as you climb in your car, you hear the loud muscle car engine roar to life next to you of El Jefe, and the German engineered sports car purring to life of the stick on your right. You're in the front row of cars. There's 3 cars behind you. I wouldn't worry
Can
about
we
them.
make it so my car's just faster?
Yeah, I mean, you're the mechanical expert. You tell me. But I really think
It's fastest.
I'm not sure that when the race is starting is the time to do that. So
I'm worried you put the wrong fuel in it.
I mean, you can use your items. You can do whatever you like. But let me tell you how the racing phase of this game works. The way it works is there's a list of actions. You are all going to have a D6, which you're going to set in front of you. There's a list of actions here, which is brake, turn left, turn right, use an item, accelerate, or do some other action. You're going to set your dice to that, and we're going to resolve them all in order. But most importantly, there is no collusion and there is no planning about who does what. So I'm anticipating that some of your decisions will be poor. So I'd like all of you now.
All my decisions use my paws.
He's good. He's good.
He's not.
Good. He's pretty good.
He's going to
I'll
get
take that.
negative one on his next roll for that. I'll make a note of it.
Worth it. Track.
No
So-
regrets.
No regrets.
I would like everyone now to set your first dice, your first action as the starting horn sounds like this. Right, is everyone got the dice set?
Yes.
In secret, set your dice in secret. These are your actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What's 4 again?
Yeah, don't make me read upside down. It says use item.
I'll use item. Yes.
Yeah. See if that balloon does us a world of good at the start.
Wait, don't give suggestions like collusion. It's -2 for your next roll.
Is 6 as an action that we nominate?
6 is you can do any kind of action, so it could be you.
I've chosen win the race.
Yeah, it could be you wind your window up or down. I'm not going to be.
Yeah, you activate your goal doors.
Okay, so have we all got the dice set?
Yep.
That means you have to put it down. I can see you holding it there.
I didn't want to reveal to the
Okay,
others.
now everyone reveal. Yeah. And we're going to go in order from lowest to highest. So, Mike, what do you have?
A 5.
Fitz, what do you have?
5.
Wegs, what do you have?
5.
A 5. So, off the line, the three of you have all chosen to accelerate. You are now moving up to speed 3. Whoa. Pretty impressive, I know. The speed goes all the way up to 10 though. So this isn't the fastest you can go.
Is it if it drops below 3, there's like some sort of bomb?
Yep, the bomb activates.
That's the second speed reference.
Then you have
okay, by the
the
way.
girl on the bus has to train a boy to join the NFL, and then you.
She ends up in space.
It's a
Always
blind-
shoot the
it's a
hostage.
blindside reference. Anyway,
Work the
so
net in there. Go
as you take off the line, the stick also screaming away from the line on your right hand side, still holding ground alongside you. Meanwhile, El Jefe has fallen slightly behind because instead of accelerating as thoroughly as you all did, he chose to play his horn instead, which took some of the horsepower. Don't know how much you know about cars, but some of the horsepower has to play that horn. And it went like this. It's almost perfect. I really enjoyed that.
to do that.
I know, magnificent. He's a man of very few talents, but when they work, they work.
How's the traction control in the
So-
German engineered automobile?
It's very good. It's better than yours.
Positronic.
But I'd be slightly concerned. You're all three of you obviously under the dashboard with your tiny little paws pushing the pedal to the floor. Who's controlling this race? Who's keeping their eyes open? Who's looking in front of you? So as you dip down into the depth of the viaduct, it's one of those big old abandoned channels. There's bridges every few hundred meters. You can see little puddles and shallow standing water in front of you. And in the distance, you think you can see something covering those 2 right lanes where you and the stick are. But you can't be sure. And remember, it's got those nice sloped edges which you might be able to go up on, like they do in popular Hollywood films.
Because it's LA, I'm picturing that going the opposite direction is like the scene from Grease.
I was about to say, all I got in my head is, go Grease. No.
And then
Well,
like
if you would like to
overhead,
sing that, that's an action.
overhead, there's like a truck going through the bridge.
Yeah. It's
Molto
chasing a
bicicleta.
small boy on a motorbike. Yeah.
Some kid on a skateboard.
But where they're just like oblivious to it occurring.
Shopping trolley in a puddle.
Yeah.
Flying through it.
That's right. And there's a block away, there's a big shootout in front of a bank. And yeah, I presume everything happens
Is that
simultaneously.
heat?
It is heat. Meanwhile, an assassin is taking a taxi driver on the night of his life. It's Collateral with Tom Cruise
Yes.
and Jamie Foxx.
The bullets didn't kill him. The fall didn't.
Yeah,
something.
I shot him. The fall killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That one.
Yeah.
Michael Mann is one of the filmmakers of our time. One of them. Now, next phase. Set a dice for me. Let's find out what's going on now.
Oh,
Do you have a Grease light? Do you have a Grease soundtrack tape?
You'll have to wait and see.
Well, I'm asking you.
Oi,
'cause it
this
might-
sounds
Then
like
what
collusion.
Yeah, because I'm setting.
Place your dice,
I
sir.
might. Well.
at this point, we'll remind the players that collusion is forbidden within Crash Pandas.
Oh, can I ask questions?
You can ask questions after
is
you
that an
set a
action?
dice.
Okay.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, set your dice, then ask your question.
No,
I
because I'm
prefer-
worried that. Oh no, that's more collusion for me.
I prefer things to go horribly wrong. Okay.
Wait.
We all got the dice set?
Oh god! Oh god!
You set your dice.
Yes.
Legs. What do you got?
I have a 6.
Oh. Okay, I'll come back to you for the action because we resolve in order as
Yes,
well.
we do. Yes.
Fitz?
I've got a 5 again.
Okay.
Panicked.
And Mike, what have you got?
I've gone with a 4, which is use item.
Okay, so we always go in ascending order. So the 4 is going to go first. Mike, talk to me. What item are you using?
I'm selecting my banana. Banana. Bin has let go of his paws off the accelerator. He's jumped up and he's looking out the window back to El Jefe because we have a bit of ground on him at the moment. I peel the banana, but I don't waste it. As I eat the banana.
God bless the potassium.
This window was already down. So I'm like, as my fur goes.
Can you make the noise again? That's the wind in your jowls?
Yes.
Yep.
And then
You don't even want to know what he used to make that sound.
Bin does like, there's this cool shot of like him in the rear facing mirror, catches his big banded eyes, then cuts to like the side mirror, big banded eyes, and then it sort of changes the focus and you see El Jefe, and then just as the banana peel goes out the window with the intention of landing in front of El Jefe.
I'm going to pause you there because I skipped a phase at the end of the last round, which is I actually have to roll some dice. For every point of speed you have, I roll 1d6. I roll a 1, the car takes a damage because you're overstressing it.
Oh
And
no.
if for a 4+, you get some successes you can cash in later, which might become relevant now. So you just got 3 successes. So 3 little happy tokens that you can spend on whatever you please.
Ooh.
And one of them
I choose to spend 3 tokens.
it can be used to streak ahead of your rivals, to run chumps off the road if you make contact with them, to do cool tricks, or to find or create a better route through the streets.
Do a barrel roll.
These are a bit like luck points. You want to hang on to them and use them when you need them, but maybe...
Let's try spinning. That's a great trick.
Do a barrel roll.
I'd like to apologise to everyone who's watched Star Wars Episode 1. Sorry that you had to see that.
I was doing Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we know. Spinning a neat trick is a... we're getting off topic. You've eaten the banana, you've thrown the banana peel out the window. How about, would you like to spend one of those successes that I gave you before to streak ahead to make sure you're clearly ahead of El Jefe so the banana can get in his path?
Well, he was using up some horsepower before on his horn, and we put everything into speed. So I'm hoping that our little Salika or whatever we've got has got enough ground, but maybe we don't.
Okay.
Gentlemen, do we need to spend... Am I allowed to collude here?
You can collude if you want to spend one of your successes. I'll allow it.
Should we spend a success to get ahead to give this...
I mean,
raccoon noise?
Shredder. No, I think
you are full of these talents that we have never seen before.
It's not until we hit record.
yeah. No, I don't know. I reckon we should. I don't. Is this? Do we know if the stig's ahead of us yet?
Well, this is El Jefe.
Stick, not the stick. I don't know
it's
why
not
I'm calling
the
that.
stick.
Copyright infringement.
The stig is...
Our vehicle and stick is
side by side,
but we've got a little bit ahead of
Remember,
LHF.
all the accelerating is going to be happening now, so he might be accelerating flat chat. He might be past you by the time this banana lands on the road.
Let's treat ourselves.
All right,
I
go
think
on.
we should, yes,
Go on, why not?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
We will spend 1.
You've spent the success and you've darted ahead. You've got that little nose ahead of El Jefe now. So the banana peel goes sailing as if in slow motion out of the window and bounces on the ground, lands, and as his giant tyre comes closer and closer and grips on... I'm going to roll the dice and see what happens.
I was getting into that. And I was like, I was going to do it.
Rolled a 4. His front right tyre uses a little bit of traction. It's gonna cost him a little bit of speed, but I don't think that's enough to make him spin out. So you've gained a little bit more ground on him, but he's still in the race. He's still with you.
That was my only banana.
Okay. Next we had a 5.
He had a bunch.
We had a 5.
We did have a 5, and I panicked, and I just put my little paws down further.
So speed went up to 4. Both paws and both feet as well, or just both paws on the accelerator?
Both paws, feet, and the tail.
Whoa. Okay.
Can I ask a request here? I'd like this to be that Hollywood moment where we've been accelerating as hard as we can from the outset, so it is like pedal is flat. But then every time it cuts back to we want more acceleration, you do the push again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
like
the
I need to
engine
go
revs go back
faster.
down
Yeah.
magically.
It's like the Formula 1 movie where they change gear. They're going down the straight and they go, I got to overtake him, so they change gear. It's like, why were you not in that gear to begin with? But anyway,
There's a faster gear. Why are you not in that the whole race?
We're already in
Just the
gear.
2, right? Just the 2 gears?
We're in gear 47 already.
for those of you, Ford versus Ferrari does that a lot. The popular film with Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Copyright infringement.
Known as Le Mans 66 in Britain. Interesting trivia for you. Or not. You decide. Write in the Discord, let us know.
What's the translation of Le Mans?
Le Mans, it stands for
The
man.
Right.
The
Right.
man. It doesn't, I don't know French, I apologise.
Stop whispering into the microphone.
Wegs,
Hello.
give us your action. What's that going to be?
I'm not that thrilled about Raspberry's singing of Grease Lightning. I find it distracting. So my action is to turn up the volume on my Queen tape, which I've placed in the cassette player. And the popular song Don't Stop Me Now, track 7, is now very loud.
It's a terrible time to find out. It's just an audio tape of the Queen reading the lyrics.
Yeah.
Don't stop me now.
Yes. Dear my fellow English people, Merry Christmas.
Because she's still alive.
She's died.
Is it
Her Majesty
Yeah,
has.
yeah, yeah.
Her Majesty has died since, and obviously all.
That's right.
But at this point in time, she's still alive and
She's young. She's only like 80 at this point.
yeah, she's around.
We'll have to go to our fact checkers and see if she was in Los Angeles
Son
at the
hasn't
time,
been
because
to the sex
I'm not
hospital
convinced she
in
was.
I'm bringing it up now for you. She was.
Oh, that's fantastic.
She's hanging around in an
As you
aqueduct.
actually go past one of the underpasses, you can see the Queen Mobile, which is obviously like the Pope Mobile, but with a crown on top.
More female, really.
And she's waving, so that's nice.
good on
I
her.
just like, for the
royal
purposes of the recording, Gordon's given a traditional side-to-side wave. The Queen obviously does a circular motion with her palm facing the
And I
sky.
think you'll find
That
the
was
royal
more of a
family.
waft.
The royal family has that on copyright, so
Oh, okay. I retract my statement.
And this is why we go audio only.
we can't afford to do it anyway. So your car's up to speed 4, and you can see
Do you have to do
rapidly
something?
approaching you. I do. Thank you for your reminder. I was already going to do it, but just don't let me tell the story. Just roll the dice. All right, so you've got 2 more successes to add. So you're up to a total of.
3.
You can keep those.
4.
4. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yep.
You can keep a track of those, please.
I could you gave it to the guy who couldn't count.
So
There you go.
that's why. I hope you forget something. So you can see that the stick has swerved across and is now absolutely
rude.
wheel to wheel, rubbing alongside. It looks like he's frantically trying to get out of the way of this wall of debris. It's a giant dumpster. Now you're closer, you can see, with flaming wreckage and tires next to it, and a car shell and bits of vague Hollywood prop stuff leaned against it. It probably will explode harmlessly if you hit it, or will it?
Even though our windows are up and he has, or she, has their helmet on, can we hear what they're saying to us as they move in the bumpers?
You can. I'm glad you asked. The stick is saying,
Schweinhund! Double! We must avoid it!
because that's how German people talk in this world.
Again, I'd like
That's
to
the best-
unreservedly apologise to our German listeners.
Yes.
That's the best impression of a man, German man in a helmet. I think I've ever.
A German
Through 2 windows.
German
yeah.
person. That's exactly right. He would sound, in conversation, he'd sound entirely different.
Yeah.
So you're now absolutely rubbing wheel to wheel, and you've gained a little bit more ground on El Jefe.
Yes.
Would you think you want to use any of those successes to? You've got got the ability to do some things when you choose your next actions. Think about what you want to do. Think about that obstacle in front of you. Think about your imminent death if you hit it.
We
Hit
have
you all.
4 successes.
No.
It would be really cool if we could shape this in a way that someone else comes off poorly.
Poor.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
A
so
little ding for every paw counter.
each of you,
Poor pun.
each of you said a. It's a very poor pun.
Ding!
Apologise. Each of you set a dice for me, and let's see what your next action's going to be.
Oh my word, this is.
I love that we're terrified.
Yeah.
Before we're like, oh, I'll pick whatever. Now, not so much.
Can I just confirm? The stick is on our.
The stick.
The stick. Stop mocking me because English isn't my first language.
That's-
Now, the stick.
Thank
It's not
you.
even your 4th.
No. He is on, or she is on the right.
Correct. So you are absolutely rubbing tires with the stick, who is on your right hand side, and back over your left shoulder, probably 3 or 4 car lengths, is El Jefe, and directly in front of you is that looming dumpster full of burning wreckage, which looks like some kind of video game strategically placed hazard. Right in
And
the
the
middle of
barrel's
the
red.
aqueduct.
I think I know the type you mean.
Yeah, the barrels, in fact, are red.
Oh, that's bad.
Who's to
Oh,
know
I'll
what will happen if
explode.
you hit them?
I'll explode.
This game would be so much easier if we were allowed to talk about what we should do.
Yeah.
And then just map it out.
You got 3 seconds to set your dice before I pick for you. Wonderful. Let's go, Fitz. Tell me what you got, because you're fiddling. 2.
Which is turn left 30 degrees.
Okay. Does anyone have a 1?
No.
Don't? Okay, keep them covered. So turning left 30 degrees. We're going to resolve that first. The car veers across and ends up directly in front of El Jefe. Still a car length behind you, but he's closed up a bit because he's been accelerating. He's close to your back bumper now. What's the next number I have? I have a 5.
You do.
Okay, so Fitz has a 2. Wegs and Mike both have a 5.
Splendidly played, sir.
So
As
it's
we both push our paws down again.
It's like-
accelerators all the way up.
and El Jefe is going absolutely step for step behind you. almost like he's pushing you along. He's filling the rear view of your tiny little car. All you can see is his front grille. And instead of a Mustang on the front, like some kind of muscle car might have, it actually has a giant sombrero. Which, of course,
Esta sombrero.
which is his wrestling symbol in the ring.
Right.
The intimidation must be off the charts. But you find yourselves up to speed 6.
It's a beautiful thing.
And looking over your right-hand mirror, Stick, who's back at your sort of 4 o'clock position now, you see him veer his car up onto the side at that 30-degree angle of the aqueduct, past the obstacle, and come swinging back to be just off your right-hand side. He's kind of in between you and the El Jefe distance-wise, but off to your right-hand side.
He's
ugly.
good.
He's good.
I knew it'd take something better than
I
that.
knew.
So, speed 6.
How's that tire looking?
See how you go. You have gained 1 more success.
4 plus 1. Fitz, help.
Yeah.
17.
I can no longer count on one paw.
All right. So each of you set a dice for me. No collusion. You have 5 seconds. Go. Do I have any 1s?
No.
Do I have any 2s? 3s? 4s? 5s?
No, what have we done?
Oh no.
6s?
Yes.
Okay, well then I'm going to do it in my favourite order, which is random.
Dice
Are
roll.
you looking
1,
for a
2,
way to
3, 4, 5,
randomise
6.
it?
No, I was going to say, Mike, you have the weakest ability of pre-planning. Tell me your action here.
So my action was to look across at Stick, and I'm attempting to distract him using my chutzpah.
Ah,
So I'm up against the glass, and I'm still incognito. He doesn't realize that I'm a raccoon, but it's on the glass to try and distract him.
Oh.
Wave.
is this terrifying or is this entertaining for him?
Oh, this is just wild, frantic waving.
Is
of
the
paws.
tongue in or out?
My tongue is initially in, and then all of a sudden, when I notice I'm not getting the reaction I necessarily want, I do the big
Oh, the big
up
lick
the
of
glass.
All right, well, I'll tell you what.
Heavy saliva.
Roll me your chutzpah, but I think,
Are we left-hand drive or right-hand drive?
yep. the Stick is pretty focused, known for his German efficiency. What's your chutzpah?
My chutzpah is 3.
Oh, well, you need 3 successes.
Ooh. I don't propose to spend any of our luck on this, even though we have 5. Are they called luck? What do we call it?
You can call them successes, you can call them what you like, but
I don't know if I should spend successes, because this might not be good.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you spend them to get guaranteed results on your dice, but you got to spend them before you roll. And I just made that rule up to be cruel.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to spend any? I think we'd have to spend 2 or 3.
I think so.
You've got 5.
We've got 5.
You're getting some every turn. What could possibly go wrong?
But I'm also mindful of what is the best outcome if we distract him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I needed to distract him before the obstacle.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah.
Thoughts?
Nah, roll it.
Rolling. 0 success.
Oh.
Also the name of my book.
And what did you, you've pressed yourself up against the window. You rolled 0 successes. I'll tell you didn't account for the suicide doors. And your weight pushing on that window has caused the rear door to fly open. You find yourself hanging out of the right-hand side rear of the car, the door wide open, acting as a giant windbreak, slowing the car down. And you have your little raccoon paws hooked through the door trim. You're actually scratching a giant gouge through the velour. As the wind slowly drags you towards your imminent death.
And because my mouth is open, I'm like a windsock looking thing.
Yeah. What noise would you say your mouth's making? That'd be the one. Okay. Wegs, give me your reaction. If it's another volume adjustment, I'll be impressed.
I hit the rewind button on the cassette tape. No.
Fat bottomed girls, you know.
A tremendous song, but no, I actually had an extraordinarily similar idea to one Bin Diesel. I get on the back parcel shelf of our hot pink velour car. I'm looking El Jefe directly in the eyes, and I yell at him, and he can hear me because we're quite close through the glass. And
true.
I yell at him, "Sir, I'm directing you to stop your motor vehicle."
I think this would use your natural charisma and authority. Would you agree with me there?
Yes. Now, unfortunately, I've got 1 dice to make that happen.
Well, I'm.
Are you sure you're not being ferocious while you do it?
There's a little bit of a problem here because I'm going to need 2 successes from you.
Well,
'Cause
I can use one.
even though El Jefe is prone to fly into a rage, he's still a pretty persistent racer.
Yeah.
So you can spend. You've got, I think, 5.
We do have 5.
I think we should use but 2 of them because it'll take care of El Jefe. It'll get it right off our backside.
Because you think you'll just pull over to the side of the road.
Well, he's been given
Wind
a
his
lawful
window.
direction. Like, you know, I mean, like racing and stuff.
I want to readjust my narc assessment.
No.
Cross off those 2 successes for me.
We are down to
and
3.
fine, I'll give you an auto success.
You
on
may
that.
as well be
So-
wearing Oakley sunglasses and a bum bag, mate.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Undercover
about,
as
guys?
you are.
Through the rear
I don't
windscreen of the
understand
car,
what you're talking about. Yeah, go on.
you
Yep.
see El Jefe, and he's hunched over the wheel. He takes up the entire space in the cabin to do this. And when you yell this at him, you can see he almost turns red, steam coming out of his luchador mask with fury that you would dare to command El Jefe. And he's clenching the wheel. He rolls his hands over the wheel so much like Nigel Mansell that that's a British racing driver from the 90s. That he rips a section of his steering wheel out, and you see his car start getting juddery and start fishtailing behind you, and actually drops back almost a whole car length behind you. As you do this, and you can tell he's furious.
Well, he can feel however he feels, but he'll pull his car over. Thank you very much.
And Fitz, finally, what's your action for
Well,
this round?
his action actually probably changed mine
Oh,
slightly.
yeah, okay.
So,
Sounds like collusion.
follow-up question: how big is raccoon poo?
How big do you need it to
Are
be?
you having a tense moment, Fitz?
No, because
If you spend a few successes, it could be really big.
I don't know if this counts as one action or multiple actions, but I feel like it might be the time to throw some poo. I don't know if I'm confusing my animals here, but I would like to throw raccoon poo out the back of our car at El Jefe.
And El Jefe.
At El Jefe.
Okay.
I'm targeting his windshield.
Good thing for you, the doors are open.
Yeah.
Yeah, now how do you? Yeah, okay. So, roll me. What aspect of your personality
Well,
do you
I
think this is
think
going to tap
my
into?
I think. Well, in my mind is as we're in this action-filled Hollywood blockbuster-esque of a race. I feel like it would be something where I would sort of kick a rear window out, and
Oh, good lord.
Sounds like an attempt to appeal to ferocity there. I think the more rotund you are, the more likely you are to
Well,
produce
no.
a prodigious quantity of poo.
But this is just sugar glass.
Of course.
So I feel like the ferociousness and my alacrity.
Yeah.
Buckled.
How many stats would you like to try and test at once?
Either of those
the
two
good ones.
fine.
Any of the
I'll tell you what.
fours.
Any of the
I'll
fours.
tell you what, I'll let you do it as a 4, but to produce said poo, move to the rear seat, and throw it out the window, I'm going to want 3 successes.
Okay.
Can he please produce the poo once already in the back seat? It doesn't need to be that order.
Yeah, look,
You don't want to carry it with you, yeah.
I'll allow it. Give me a roll.
I don't think we should spend any of our successes on this harebrained scheme.
I love it.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes.
Maybe 1, yeah.
Well,
We're not allowed to now. Oh wait, can we spend double after the fact?
no.
Yeah.
So,
I just pooed myself in the car.
yeah, unfortunately, you've had an accident in the front seat, which has rendered the driving position difficult and has caused your car to turn left 30 degrees
Oh, no.
thanks to my dice roll. So your slippiness on the steering wheel has caused the car to veer up one wall of the aqueduct. As it trembles up the side, and you see El Jefe off your rear side and Stick still keeping level with you down the right hand side, you know that you're seconds, meters, minutes from the finish line. Seconds and minutes are different, but still, one of those units of time is correct. Thundering towards the finish line. Will they have a chance to make the qualifiers? Will the flash forward turn out to be a time paradox that we've caused here? Or will we see success? It's all for you to find out next time. On the Flashing Badger podcast. Thanks for joining us. We've all had a lot of fun. We will see you next week.
That is episode 1 complete.
Flashing Badger.